Hello and welcome. Today we will be discussing the recently updated Minnesota break laws that will be effective December 28, 2025. Our meeting will include an overview of current law and the new requirements. The reason for the change is that Minnesota is becoming more specific regarding the frequency and minimum duration of employee breaks. We'll be talking change comparison, current break policy versus 2026 break policy, review of break guidelines, defining a rest break and a meal break per the state of Minnesota, review of salary break plan, and Beacon's plan for compliance, along with providing standard break plan examples and action steps to remember for all team members. We will conclude with a Q&A after each session. Here we have the state of Minnesota's current break laws versus the 2026 change. To give a comparison, current Minnesota law allows for time to use the restroom when needed, and a meal break that allows for sufficient time to eat a meal when working 8 or more consecutive hours. The 2026 change allows for a rest break for every 4 consecutive hours worked, and it allows an employee a meal break of 30 minutes for 6 consecutive hours worked. The 2026 changes are mandatory. We must comply. So how do we do that? Let's discuss and review break guidelines. Breaks are important to employees' health and productivity. Regardless if it's a paid or an unpaid break, you must punch out at the start of breaks and punch in when returning to active work. Breaks cannot be combined and cannot be used to offset missing time. Example of this is if you arrive late or leave early. To meet the needs of each functional area, all breaks will be coordinated by your manager, supervisor, or team leader to ensure compliance with the Minnesota break laws. If you decide that you would like to waive your allowed break, you must notify your supervisor, manager, or human resources in writing each day. In the event you need a longer break, your supervisor or manager must approve that request. When a special circumstance creates a need for an additional break time, you must make arrangements with your supervisor, manager, or human resources in advance. The 2026 update to state law allows for a rest break to use the restroom and general rest. A rest break must be provided within every 4 consecutive hours of work. This cannot be given at the very beginning or the end of a 4-hour period. The duration of the rest break is 15 minutes or the time needed to use the nearest convenient restroom. Breaks 20 minutes or longer are not compensable and not part of the workday. An employee's initial allowed rest breaks should occur no later than 3 hours and 45 minutes from the employee's start time. For an employee working 10 to 12.5-hour shift, the second allowed break must be completed within 3 hours of return to work from the meal break. It is important that we follow these guidelines to ensure compliance with the state of Minnesota. The 2026 update to state law allows an employee who works at least 6 or more consecutive hours a meal break. Only 1 meal break is required per workday, regardless of total hours worked. All hourly employees who work 6 or more consecutive hours are allowed 1 30-minute meal break. As a benefit, Beacon has chosen to pay the first 15 minutes of meal break. Breaks on premise should be taken in our break room, patio, employee locker area, your vehicle, or in the front yard to ensure you are truly relieved from work. Do not seek assistance from individuals known to be on their break, unless imperative to supporting our mission. If you are mistakenly interrupted while on break, and the need is not critical, respectfully notify those seeking your assistance when you'll be available. If the interruption is mission critical and requires you to resume work, please contact your supervisor or manager for instructions. Salaried employees may take up to a 60-minute break. Time taken for break is not considered to be work time. Off-shift manufacturing supervisors should use discretion when leaving the premise, and you must notify the next in charge of your departure and return, ensuring responsible leadership is always available in the plant. Salaried employees are allowed a 15-minute rest break for every 4 consecutive hours worked. So, how is Beacon planning to comply? Effective December 28, 2025, Team leaders, supervisors, and managers will coordinate breaks to ensure compliance with the Minnesota break laws. All employees will be allowed and scheduled for appropriate breaks. Reminder: you must punch in and out for all breaks. Scheduled shift start and end times will be adjusted for most hourly employees. To facilitate compliance and understanding, all hourly employees will receive an employee change form. This change form is individualized to include work schedule and a copy of our Beacon break policy. For our support team members, schedules will be adjusted to accommodate break requirements. For our production team members, shift schedule times will begin 15 minutes before the hour and will be scheduled to end at the top of the hour to accommodate the break requirements and efficient handoffs. For example, standard schedules for full-time production team members will be as follows. First shift, 6:45 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Second shift, 2:45 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Friday. Third shift, 10:45 p.m. to 7 a.m. Sunday through Thursday. Fourth shift, 10:45 p.m. to 11 a.m. Saturday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, Sunday, Friday. Fifth shift, 10:45 a.m. to 11 p.m. Sunday, Monday, Saturday, or Sunday, Friday, Saturday. As a reminder for weekend employees, to earn the 4-hour premium, you must be on time and not clock out early. Here are some examples of standard break times. Our employees that are scheduled at 8 to 8.5 hours a day, you're allowed a 30-minute meal break and a 15-minute rest break. For our employees that are scheduled 10 to 12.5 hours per day, you are allowed a 30-minute meal break and 2 15-minute rest breaks. For individuals that are working extra hours, you are required to follow the break policy and make arrangements with your team lead, supervisor, and/or manager to comply. Let's discuss action steps for all Beacon employees. Review and follow the policies. Each employee will be receiving an employee change form that will give guidance on the shift schedule and the break policies. Beacon Engineered Solutions Minnesota Employee Reference Guide will be updated with the break policy and added to ADP. We will audit time cards on a regular basis to ensure compliance. We must do this to ensure compliance to the Minnesota break law and avoid penalties and fines. Coaching, redirection, and disciplinary actions will be taken for noncompliance. Continue to ask questions and boost your concerns to your supervisor, manager, director, and human resources. Thank you for attending today's informational meeting. We understand this will be an adjustment and may be frustrating. Your concerns are valid, and we want to hear them. While we can discuss the best ways to adapt to this change, adherence to the state break law is not optional. We need to focus on how we can implement this smoothly as a team. Please boost your concerns to your supervisor, manager, director, or HR. What questions do you have at this time?